Hi everybody! As you can see, I am stylin' Thaumcraft style. My upcoming adventure this episode is going to be in search of magic. So I decided that some magical armor would be useful. More specifically, I'm looking for chromatic craft magic. I need more research notes, and those can be found in loot chests. I also need more Galazio crystals if I'm going to continue breeding bees. And I'm thinking the best place to look for loot chests is the Twilight Forest. Now, I have made one short visit to the Twilight Forest, and it was very exciting. I defeated a Hydra. I've got the trophy around here somewhere. Although I kind of wish I had started things a little bit out of order so I could have gotten the book pointing me in that direction. I need more bookshelves and I need to fill up my library, but that's something to worry about later. Right now, I have this gateway, and even though I fenced it in, it wouldn't surprise me if some mobs had actually still managed to fall through here. And it's time to find out if that happened. Wow. This is more peaceful than I could have hoped. Alright, so this armor that I'm wearing is Thaumium Fortress armor. And I also built a Thaumic enchanting station and enchanted the living crap out of it. And of course I still have my spells. I did not craft a thaumastatic harness because flying in the Twilight Forest just feels like cheating to me. So I'm going to wander around a bit. Actually, before anything else, I need to go back here and make sure this is marked on my map. I wouldn't want to lose my portal, as it's beginning to look like I already have. And like the Nether, this dimension is a lot more aggressive with Lycanite's mobs installed. So yeah, enchantments on this thing, I didn't really put any protection enchantments. But I do have Aqua Affinity, which will be good for using tools underwater and while flying. Respiration, which should help me breathe underwater. Thorns and Pounce. Pounce is good for striking while you're in midair, and Thorns, of course, strikes back when people attack you. And I've also got some Feather Falling and a really dandy jump enchantment. That's the next best thing for flying. So let's see what this hill is over here. Alright, so yeah, this is one of the don't enter rainstorms. Which means if I go up here, I should find a little blue kobold trying to hit me with a book. There he is. A new book for my collection. There seems to be no way to protect myself from the toxic rainstorm surrounding this area. In my brief excursions, I have also encountered another protection spell similar to the others I have witnessed. The spell must be connected to the toxic storm in some way. Further research to follow. Such supreme weather magic must be the result of an unequaled weather magician. Such a person would likely hide themselves in an extreme environment far away. Based on my logic, I would expect to find such a person somewhere on the glacier. Perhaps in some sort of fortress there. So, I guess I want to go hunt for a glacier. This could take a while. Well, here would be another forbidden area. These bugs are going to be quite unpleasant as soon as the game realizes I'm here. And now I'm just waiting for the kobold to show up. And there's our kobold. Notes on a swampy labyrinth. Alright, we need to find some pointy roofed towers. Now, I'm sure a lot of you are already familiar with the order of quests in the Twilight Forest. I haven't had a lot of practice with them, though. Oh, but it's a hedge maze. I know there's going to be lots of very unpleasant wolves here. Coming out of spawners. But there's also information fragments. I suppose this is also a cheaty way to do it, but it does let me look at places and decide whether I've been there. And I think I've been to all the places in here. So I'll just pick up all these fireflies I can. Jumping really is the next best thing to a jetpack. At least until you have to land. But while I'm waiting to heal from the last few jumps, I can mention that I have in fact picked up almost a stack and a half of fireflies, so that should help the lighting around my base. And a few jack-o'-lanterns, which hopefully the Lycanite kobolds can't break. Anyway, I've gotten a knowledge fragment for a knowledge entanglement pedestal, which would be great if this was a multiplayer server. But since this is for actually sharing knowledge with another player, not all that useful to me. Anyway, it's still time to look for a Lich's tower. Let's try this way. So I found another hedge maze, and I've discovered that my dig spell works on these hedges. It also hurts, but it sure does make things quicker. Because jumping dozens of meters in the air is just not cheaty enough for me. Alright, so I have been running around quite a bit. I've made 2 more stops back at my central portal chest, and I had to add a second iron chest. So far, I have only fallen to my death once. I think I'm going to rename these boots Boots of Icarian Flight. Anyway, one of my kobold books said that I might find the wizard's tower in a dark forest. And this forest looks very dark. Yep, that's pretty dark. Much darker than I was hoping for, in fact. And yes, looks like I'm here too early. So maybe this book can tell me where to go next. Ah. Looks like I'm going to have to find a fire swamp. And kill a hydra. How vexing. Even more vexing, I haven't even seen one of those yet. But this spot on the map looks like it might be a place to look. Okay, so this swamp with all the flies is right between me and this fire swamp. So I'll just have to hope this fire swamp isn't worse. This seems to be the place. And yes, it's worse. It's worse. Okay, I got a fix for that. Okay, where's the kobold? I see Ettins, but no kobolds. And you I don't need. This place is really unpleasant. There you are. Alright, got a book. Let's get out of here. Alright, it looks like I need to be looking in the swamps for one of those Minotaur dungeons. But these swamps are also warded. So I need to figure out what's protecting them. Alright, so somewhere around these swamps there should be a pointy roofed tower, which would have a Lich King. And I'm just going to have to look around until I find one. Alright, this looks like what I'm looking for. Unfortunately, my inventory's full. So I will just mark this location on my map. Alright, so I've cleared out my inventory. I have come back. And we are ready to conquer this little castle. Now, those of you who have played in the Twilight Forest before probably know what awaits me at the top. Specifically, an evil witch lizard. Sorry, an evil lich wizard. With shields rotating around it. I keep forgetting there's not actually a door here. Which I guess makes sense because most people just fly in, but I'm not doing that today. Don't evil lich wizards know that reading in the dark is bad for your eyes? Should light up your libraries. Yep, there it is. But I don't need to destroy it when I can just light it up. Alright, so we are nearly to the top of this castle. And for this, we'll want the sword. Those shots that they're firing at me have to be bounced back. That's the only way to take out its shields, is to send the shots back to it like a gas bolt. And it's down to one shield. After that, I can hit it directly. And stuff. Golden armor, Lich trophy, and the zombie scepter, which can be used to summon zombies like those that were attacking me. Although I was really hoping to see more treasure chests in here. I'm certain that there will be more treasure chests in the Minotaur Labyrinth. Well, I did find a couple of chests hidden in one of these libraries. And with an info fragment. Also a fairly dandy sword. Ooh, the ritual altar. That's going to enable me to use all the abilities that come up with this thing. Well, as soon as I get the separate rituals. But this will let me get started. And the other chest here also has an info fragment with the crystal altar. Alright, so as I mentioned, that ritual altar will give me the ability to get abilities. And the crystal altar seems to be mostly a decorative item, which is just fine. Still, I'm pretty excited about getting the abilities. I was just going to call it an episode after that tower, but now I want to see if I can get some knowledge fragments for the abilities. So I believe I'm going to head west into the swamps and see if I can find some of those labyrinths. And labyrinth. I think I may have overdone it with the jumping enchantment. Have I mentioned that? But it should be all right. Let's try going this way first. If I ever really need a Minotaur spawner, I'm sure there will be other dungeons available. Cut it out. I wonder... Yep, I bet that's trapped. Ah, that's what would have set it off. That's what would set it off, yeah. Well, I was right about one thing. There are plenty of treasure chests in here. Oh dear. Well, I guess that took care of that Minotaur. Well, which way did I come in? I think it was this way. Info fragment. And a spare charm of keep. Let's see if we can't put some stuff away in here too. I wonder if we can get in here through the sides. Ah, that's where that other TNT is stored. Maze wafers. I don't know what they're good for, but seems like the kind of place where you'd want them. Signal transmission. Pylons are the power sources radiating crystal energy of their color. It stands to reason that you'll have to make receivers requiring that energy. How, though, are you to transport that energy over the long distances between the pylons and where it is needed? No idea. There's our boss monster. Of course, letting him free to fight him actually does not meet my standards of cheapness. We'll just chill him out through this window. Before I open these other chests, I think I will store this stuff right out here, because I have a feeling that opening these chests is going to cause some dandy explosions. Maybe I should leave that open in case I want to flee. Okay, this one seems safe enough. Maze map focus. That could be handy. Let's light this place up. This place really seems like it should be more trapped than this. Right now, I think what I want to do is head home and enjoy my well-earned gains. But at some point, I will be back for more. So, this is me, lost in a labyrinth. Next episode, I should be out of here. In the meanwhile, if you liked it, be sure to press like, and if you want to see more, be sure to subscribe. And until next episode, have some fun, build something cool, and have a nice day.